Are you trying to scrutinize her?
Yeah, I am suddenly on very high alert because this is not quite the way I thought the plan was going.
With that roll, you're not certain. She's cold and she's completely in control. It's very eerie of when you first met her and how she first disseminated information to you. It's without emotion, and you're not certain if she's playing him or she's playing you.
Great!
Yeah, Ajax gonna slowly make its way behind. Yeah.
You of all people know that prestige is the only thing of importance in the Sith Order. That is why you are trying so hard to destroy your one mistake, to ensure that you will gain enough prestige to be a part of the larger, grander plans of Revan. You cannot begrudge me the same desire. Go ahead and make a stealth check, Ajak. The Admiral nods. That makes sense. Of course, everything spoken from a Sith's lips makes sense.
Do I get to do it's to advantage with the stealth generator on, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. You feel hidden.
Alright. Woohoo, here goes nothing.
There are eyes and ears in this room. Why don't you step over here? We can talk about it. I'd rather you'd not sit so close to something that can be spied upon. Oh, I'm sure there are. Smart girl like you wouldn't come here alone. But I think I'm quite comfortable where I am right here. Ajak, as he says that, you see that thumb that was down is starting to move even further down.
Yeah, I'm gonna push the barrel of my gun up against his head and say, if you finish moving your hand, you die.
Make a persuasion check.
Da-da-da, we're dead.
Okay. I need you to make an initiative check, Ajak.
Da-da-da, we're dead.
There's a split second where he becomes rigid and stops. But then before you can do anything, he moves his finger all the way down and pushes something. And then he begins to roll out of his chair. Um, And he does. He rolls out of his chair and he sits up and he looks at Takaya. Foolish girl. You didn't think I would just let you in here without security measures, did you? And he reaches for something in his boot. So everyone's going to need to make initiative rolls now.
Okay, Ajax, that's twice you've rolled a 26.
Mm-hmm. In a row.
Yes.
It's not when it counted, unfortunately.
I mean, if it would have been slightly higher, it would have been helpful.
Well, I think she means if it was the persuasion roll.
Well, yeah, that too.
And all of a sudden, my kitty is trying to jump on my desk and cuddle. Timing, cat. Timing. Why?
All right. So Ajax, you get to go first. I'm just moving you there because that's where you would have started.
Alright, so he's gonna say over the comms. Things are going south, started. And then he's gonna do a nice burst of fire, maybe hoping to damage the console before it finishes transmitting its warning signal while also hitting the Admiral.
All right, so that's going to be burst fire, right?
No, auto fire.
All right, go ahead. Roll
One
to
sec.
hit.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the button. Let's see what happened to it.
Do you want to just roll on your character sheet?
I mean, that's what I'm looking at. It's like the auto fire got deleted. Maybe I didn't have an auto fire one.
I feel like you didn't. I feel like you said you needed one and then didn't do it.
No, I made burst fire ones. Oh yeah. So the
There's burst fire, yeah.
yeah, I'll just modify that one real quick. Hold on a second.
Ugh.
I'm targeting like the 4 squares that are like the Admiral and the desk.
Okay. That will not hit, so he'll have to take half damage.
And what about the data pad thing?
Um. Yeah. Okay. So you fire your burst shot. You only graze the admiral. His quick reflexes allow him to just kind of move out of the way before you get a clear shot on him. But his desk, his console, and his computer are just is just basically obliterated. There's little tiny holes everywhere, but whatever's left of his computer is pretty much incinerated. Okay. So that is there anything else you want to do?
No, that's about it for me, I think.
Okay. Then it is Takaya's turn. Okay. Jakaya reaches out with the force and she tries to grip a hold of him, but there's so much confusion. She does get him, and you see he starts coughing and spasming, in spasming the same way that Ajax once did, but it doesn't seem to affect him quite as much as it did you. Okay. Kalani, you're up.
Okay, how badly damaged does the desk look?
Pretty obliterated. She used wound on the admiral.
Ah.
I was thinking of jumping forward and cutting the desk to shreds even more, but sounds like that's not really necessary. Is it?
Probably not.
Uh, well, then I'll just draw my lightsaber, leap in that direction towards Admiral, and point my lightsaber at him and say, "Surrender now."
Okay. Roll a persuasion with advantage.
Yeah, so glad there's advantage there.
Is Shialu not getting an initiative roll?
I forgot about him.
And I'm not sure where I should end up over here.
Okay. I'll move you in a sec. He's a little flustered. He wasn't prepared for this. Yeah, he's going last anyway.
He only missed one turn.
So were you thinking like here?
Mm. Maybe there? Sort of in between the chairs.
Okay.
What?
Just kind of represents the desk at this point.
It exploded.
Yeah. Right. That makes it the Admiral's turn. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he really cares at this point. He just continues to attack.
Great. So high wisdom, the natural 20 wisdom, in fact, equals attack?
Well, we're basically
Oh, was that
bluffing.
20?
Yep.
Yeah, we're basically bluffing
Oh.
right now, Kalani.
Yeah.
What was that?
We're basically bluffing. We have like what, 5, 6 people on board, 7, maybe 8 at max, compared to the thousands he has.
And the security team that's probably on the way right now.
Yeah. We're a
Yeah,
little
but
bluffing.
If he attacks us actively, Kalani is gonna be quite holding back as much, you know.
Okay, Ajax, did that
She
hit you?
will. She will
Hold
defend
on a sec.
herself and her allies.
I don't believe so, but there's my check since I'm not wearing my armor. Nope, my reflex defense is 20, so no, that is not.
Oh, good for you. Alright. So he whips out a blaster, ignores the Jedi in front, that jumps out of nowhere to him, and aims for Ajax, but misses. Shialu. I don't know all of the force powers he's used today. I don't think he's used any.
Well, he uses, I think his only offensive one is move object, and then his other thing that he likes to use is Adept Negotiator. I can ask him real quick. I'm in communication with him to see if he responds. But
All right, well,
those
see
are
what
the
he
two
wants
main
to do.
things.
Otherwise, I'm gonna do it for him.
Well, he's not responding yet, so probably just go on.
All right, then. Okay. From the wall behind you all, you see the admiral standing up and getting ready for his next attack when he's suddenly pushed up against the wall next to you, Ajax. You see him, he gets back and he hits his head pretty hard. You see him get back onto his feet and he shakes his head, trying to get back to his feet. As he looks at all of you, he raises his pistol again, trying to search as to who did it. But you see Shiloh just moves back against the wall, trying to remain hidden. Okay. So we're gonna pause that here for now. All right, because you, after a couple of minutes, just kind of standing here puzzling over what you're gonna do next. Next, you hear the signal from Ajax.
I keep trying to break into to undo the safeties because if I don't do that, then everything's doomed.
All right, make a computer check.
Also, I kind of need a signal from Barry to know that he's started jamming things that relies on the computer that's connected to that's on the ship, and that's powered by the ship. So
This is the signal you have so far.
Yeah, Ajak is called Signal. Go ahead and do your thing, and then we'll be killing the signal as soon as we can. But again, this is out of character knowledge, so
yeah, 17.
All right, with that urgency on your mind, you take a second, focus. Oh, that's right. And you disable some of the safeties and you find where the redundant systems lie and where their connection is.
So considering my nat 20 mechanics roll, what would I need to do with that knowledge?
Well, you could roll one more, use the computer check with advantage to disable the redundancies. And then the next thing you could do is use your mechanics use your mechanics skill to either detonate bombs in the places you want to be, or take some time to find a location where you can use the force and drain power.
Okay, good thing that's advantage.
Okay. With this out of the way, you find, although you do run into a little bit of a problem, you do find the redundant systems, and quickly before someone else can come to you, you immediately shut them off. Hopefully that will do for now. No one will correct that in the time it takes you to get to a place where you can use your powers.
Yep, and that's what I will be doing. Like from a mechanical perspective, I already rolled to know, about the systems and stuff, which is how I figured out about the redundancies, right?
Yes.
So I would know where I would need to go, right?
Yes. But for using the force, it's more of a matter of finding safety. You're not going to be out
Yeah.
of reach with the force, but if you need to use your backup plan, you have the ability to.
Yeah, no, I was more like, do I know of a place that would that would be out of the way, and can I go there and be ready to on Barry's signal or Elon's signal, shut things down?
You determined that was the safest place.
Where was the safest place?
Uh,
I'm not
just-
on that map.
oh, I'm sorry.
I thought you just hadn't switched it because you decided we didn't need it.
Oh, I thought I had switched it. The problem with being able to just click on it.
Okay, then I'll go back there. Should I move myself there?
Yeah, go ahead. All right. Barry, Ajax's voice comes over the comm.
Alan will then go over. Comms will be down in 5. Let's. Yeah, he lets the gambler know. Go ahead and trigger. Let's get this party started.
All right. There are a few clicks. And then you hear a resounding wah, wah, wah go through the entirety of the hangar. You see everyone in that room here looks up and is immediately alerted and starts rushing over to different places to figure it out. All right. You all begin hearing this just annoyingly loud, just alarm sort, almost alarm like sound going through the entirety of a ship, right as it becomes Ajax's turn.
This is the last chance for you to walk out of here alive. Lay down your weapon, get us off this ship, and call off the attack on the planet. You might save the entire fleet.
Make a persuasion check.
For some reason, I can't click on my token character. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe it was when you moved him. He got set on a weird setting.
I can move them in object mode.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't click on him for some reason. I don't know.
Are
I
you
can
in
still use
select
the
mode?
character window. Yeah, I'm in select mode. Ooh, a natural 20. Yay, where was that earlier?
um. Ajax disappeared.
Mwah. I am invisible to everyone.
He's awakened to his latent force abilities.
Latent they
User
are, but they
joined
seem to
your
be coming in
channel.
when it's needed.
So, am I still alive?
Yes.
Yeah, and I just rolled a natural 20 on a new persuasion check to get him to stand down.
And you actually were very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, that's good.
No, I mean, your mission is basically failed.
No, I'm trying to salvage it.
Don't say it that way.
Hush, hush, hush.
This is Plan B of what? Plan A through 17?
Oh, my
I
plan's
see a
still on
giant
track. It doesn't
fire
really matter.
explosion thing.
Yeah, that's from me
Yeah.
destroying his computer console with
Yeah.
with prejudice.
The computer console insulted the Mandalorian culture in a way, so yeah.
All right, so on top of that, Ajax, you see the Admiral, his gun is up, but you can see in his face he's kind of looking to all your companions, and there's a bit of wavering, but that's all you can tell until it's his turn.
Okay, I'm gonna stand there.
Okay. It's Takaya's turn. Seeing you all have it under control, she moves down towards the door. She takes out her lightsaber and she jams it into the door console, and she begins turning and doing something towards it. Kalani, you're up.
I will jump over the desk towards the Admiral and ready a action to disarm him if he does not surrender.
Okay. His gun is still raised towards you, Ajax, but as Kalani comes closer, see there's for the first time in his stern face a bit of nervousness. You speak with much authority. What do you mean by save my fleet? What could you possibly do?
Well, it's not what we're gonna do. It's what somebody else is gonna do if you try and attack that planet. You know, we're just trying to save some innocent lives. If that happens to involve, unfortunately, saving your fleet as well, you know, that's the collateral price I'm willing to pay.
There are only 4 of you. How could you possibly take down an entire fleet?
As I said, we're not the ones going to be taking down the fleet. We're just going to be taking down this ship. Unless you tell the entire fleet to jump to their next objective and get us safely off board.
He very begrudgingly throws his gun down in front of them, puts his hands up.
So who did you exactly summon here with that little datapad of yours?
I summoned the only person who could stop you, and someone you should hope doesn't reach this room in time.
Uh-oh.
Is there a back door?
Search for yourself.
You know, a portion of the us saving your fleet kind of goes in hand with, you helping us. Because you're not going to help us. I'll just kill you, take down this ship, and your fleet will soon follow.
Takaya shouts from the back. We don't have time. Ask him what we came here for. His people are going to be here any minute. I can hold them off at this door for a few more seconds, but you're going to need to finish what we started. Quickly. All right, with that, there's an alarm sound ringing because
Well, let's hope this works. Okay, so if I use the force point, I can use that to add on to my roll.
you can roll an extra 1d6 and add that.
Okay. So I will use my ability. Where is it? There it is. Let me see. What size categories are these generators again?
They would be
So did Pakaz get rid of the backup system or whatever at the council?
Yes.
And no one saw him? That's pretty impressive.
Natural 20 on stealth rolls do that.
Yeah, Picard seems to manage to phase out of existence, sort of, something or other like that.
yeah, they'd be huge. You're gonna need to roll all the way for this one.
Yep. Or actually, I can just spend a force point to increase the size category by 1
There you
since
go.
it's huge. So I'll just remove the force point.
Okay. You close your eyes, and knowing that everything counts on you. These people that you met in the very beginning, these people that you really didn't have much use for, except for maybe the Jedi in the beginning, that you sort of been forced to tag team with. Now, all of a sudden, their fates, their lives are in your hands. You use this thought process, and as you think about all the things you've been through together, the things they've seen you do, and the things you've seen of them, slowly you reach out your hand and you feel the energy of the machine come draining its force and coming into you, commanding it without even a flinch or hesitation. If you could see, you would see the panic and the distress as lights flicker and power is going down, but you are so concentrating, so intent that you will succeed. You will not fail your new friends. That everything else dims away as you continue to slowly bring the energy towards you. And what feels like minutes is only seconds as the entire ship, the engines completely come to a stop. The lights flicker and only emergency backup power comes on, which dimly lights the room. As you start coming to consciousness and seeing in front of you, you see panicked soldiers running up and down, boots clanging on the metal floor. You see people yelling in the Sith tongue and also in basic, general confusion. And it's both disconcerting as as you see these drone-like people suddenly start panicking, but it also brings you a sense of satisfaction as you know you've completed your task.
At which point I stealth and start heading to the next generator. So roll.
No, you've with a roll like that, you've got them all. It's not with the force. It's not really range. It's the problem. It's you had a one shot kind of thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I remember when we were planning, you were saying I'd have to go to each generator and shut it and suck it out, and I'd have like 2 hours to get to each one and do that.
Yeah, if you'd rolled like a 20, I would have had you do that, but nah, with this, you pretty much just rolled as high as you could. All right. So with that, I think we will take our 10-minute break.
Okay.
And then I
Time
get
for
back
food.
and roll stealth and see whether I fumble that.
And we have to figure out what exactly we're asking the Admiral.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
be
right.
right back.
Killing recording.